bedroom. Welcome. I hope you have your cup of coffee or your cup of tea. And thanks for joining me this morning. I'm having a rough start. I started off with, first of all, no coffee in the coffee machine. Brewed hot water, so I'm drinking some tea this morning till the coffee brews. Started my live video and it went so awful I had to end it and start over, so we're getting a rough start this morning. That's okay. That's all right, because today we're talking about letting go. I'm letting it go. I'm starting fresh, and we're just going to pretend like none of that ever happened, right? Now, letting go. Sometimes people have trouble letting go of either hurt feelings, past troubles, even past good times, right? We live in memories. We can't let go because we're not appreciating the present, right? We're stuck thinking about how it used to be, how it should be, how it could be, right? Letting go can be hard. It means letting go of parts of you, parts of your, maybe a character trait, maybe a treasured memory, maybe a hurt that you've gotten comfortable holding on to, right? Um, Even familiar trouble sometimes seems like it's more comfortable than the unknown, than the letting go, than the stepping forward, right? So it means letting go of your expectations of how things ought to be or should have gone. It feels like sometimes if we're letting go that we're admitting fault, even if we weren't wrong, even if we're letting go or forgiving someone, we're letting it go. Somehow we're not giving it the right space if we're letting it go, right? Isaiah in the Bible, Isaiah 43:18, verse 19 or something 19 says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing." A lot of time we have trouble letting go because we're worried about what others might think, right? Or say or feel. And a lot of letting go is a lot of the trouble of letting go is we're focusing on the event or the memory, right? Our experience. We're focusing on that experience instead of trying to understand its lesson or put it into perspective in our life. We're just focused on the event itself. Sometimes we can't enjoy today because of things that happened yesterday, right? Or things that didn't happen. We didn't say something we should have said. We didn't do something we wish we'd done. We didn't do something a certain way. And then we start getting into the and then the cycle starts, right? Because I'm no longer married, I cannot live a full life today. Because I was hurt by a remark once, I'll never trust anyone again. We might not have these concrete thoughts, but these are the feelings going on. Because I was poor as a child, I'll never have anything, right? These are the past memories that are living in our present head, right? Sometimes we can't see beyond, we can't see that holding on to these pasts of resentment is what's holding us back. It's holding us back from participating in today. Now, past is over, can't be changed, right? So we're thinking about something that has already happened that cannot be made any different. There's only now. There's only now, and there's this moment. So let's talk about letting go. Like everything we talk about, we're talking about a habit, a skill, something you can develop, something you can get good at, something you can introduce into your life that you have struggled with or have not done before. So letting go is back to the same idea of living in the present moment, right? In paying attention and being perfectly present right here and right now. So like everything, this is a new habit. It's a skill you can learn, letting go. But you have to practice. And like any new skill, it feels awkward or wrong at first. So does the first day of jazzercise, right? You feel awkward and clumsy, but you get it. That's how new habits work. So first things you want to do. Good morning, Sarah Ann Jones. Thank you for watching. So first thing you want to do is make a list of all the things you'd like to let go, right? And then make a note on there. Which one of those things are going to be easy to do? Which ones are going to require a little bit of work from you, right? And then monitor your thoughts as you think about those things. When you make the list, they're going to come into your head. You're dredging up and you're bringing to the surface some things that you're holding tightly to in your gut, right? So when you bring them up, you're going to think about them. And so when you think about them, monitor your thoughts. Are you reliving the experiences? Or are you taking the lessons, forgiving, and letting go? Right? Because you have the choice. You have the choice. So forgive. We talked about forgiveness yesterday. Yesterday's entire show was based on forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and others. Forgiveness releases us from the past. And it is the first step in healing. Hard to heal when you're hanging on to anger, right? So letting it go is the first thing. A Course in Miracles, Marianne Williamson in A Course in Miracles says, forgiveness is the answer to almost everything. And it is. If you want to flow, we talk about flow sometimes, and we're going to talk about that more. Flow, if you want to flow freely in life, if you want to be in the flow, if you want to participate in the flow. If you want to flow, you have to let go. What was I going to say? I'm sorry. If you want to flow, you have to let go of the resistance found in holding on to the past, in holding on to resentments or hurts or memories that all come from. This all comes, right? You want to flow. Okay, I'm going to start over because I messed this up. If you want to flow, you have to let go of the resistance that's found in regret, sadness, hurt, fear, guilt, blame, anger, revenge. These all come from a place of unforgiveness. Love is always the answer. It's always the path to healing. And the pathway to love is through forgiveness. So, this is from my friend Louise Hay, who I adore, and who has great advice for everyone. And Louise says, love is always the answer to healing. Healing is the pathway to love. Love is the answer to all healing, and the pathway to love is through forgiveness. Now, there's old Emmett Fox. He was a New Thought spiritual leader of the early 20th century. And he recommended, this is how you're going to get past. Someone's hurt you and you're having trouble letting go. You're having trouble forgetting. So Emmett Fox had this exercise for you. He recommended that you see yourself sitting in a darkened theater. And you think of the person who you have who's number one top on your list that you need to let go. Who are you holding the most resentment against? Take that person and put up on the stage and see good things happening to them. Feel them overcome with love in the form of applause, as everyone applauds and loves this person on the stage. Then that person takes their bow, right? And they leave the stage, and then you imagine yourself on the stage. You are the one who everyone is sending love and applause to. You see good things are happening to you. And in your mind, this is setting the idea that there is enough abundance in the universe that there's plenty for all of us. That good things can happen to all of us. It dissolves dark clouds of resentment as we see abundance in action, right? And you do this every day until you run out of people to put up on that stage. Or here's another one. You can sit quietly and visualize the person and say to yourself, visualize the person in your house and say to yourself, the person I need to forgive is, and I will forgive you for whatever it is. And then you imagine that person saying to you, thank you, I set you free now. And you can do it for yourself. I do this for myself. I forgive myself for. Thank you, I set myself free now. Those are two exercises that can really help let go of resentment and anger and hurt. And finally, as we all know, most of our triggers and our inner struggles are the issues we deal with every day are rooted in our childhood. They're rooted in things that happen to our little self, that we created a world around us to protect ourselves, and it made sense at that time, but now as an adult, maybe those things are no longer serving you, right? So this is an exercise for both you and your parents. The exercise is to forgive the hurt children you and your parents were. So the first thing you're going to do is visualize yourself at 5 or 6, right? Get a picture. It helps. Look into that child's eyes. See the longing and realize that this little child, all they want from you is love. Reach out your arms and embrace this child. Hold him with tenderness. Tell her how much you care and admire everything about her. Tell him it is okay to make mistakes while learning. Promise that you're going to be there to love her, to hold her no matter what. Now let this child get very, very small until he can fit into your heart. And place them so they're looking up at you, so that you can see their little face looking up at you and you can send love to her whenever you want to. I meant to say at the beginning, if I get through the show without crying, it'll be amazing, because I cried when I put it together. Now you know what's coming next, right? First you're going to take your mother as a little girl and your father as a little boy. And you're going to look into their eyes and love them and embrace them and care for them and place them in your heart. If you want to know more about this exercise, I'm giving you kind of a brief overview of it. Go to Inner Self. I'm going to add the link in the comments. But and I'd talk about this more, but I'm not sure I'd be able to hold it together because I cry. Well, I'm doing really good. Okay, so Louise ends it like this. There's so much love in your heart that you could heal the entire planet. But just for now, let us use this love to heal you. Feel a warmth beginning to glow in your heart center, a softness, a gentleness. Let this feeling begin to change the way you think and talk about yourself. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. Change is the natural flow of my life. I welcome change. I'm willing to change. I choose to change my thinking. I choose to change the words I use. I move from the old to the new with ease, with joy. It is easier for me to forgive than I thought. Forgiving makes me feel free and light. It is with joy that I learn to love myself more and more. The more resentment I release, the more love I have to express. Changing my thoughts makes me feel good. I am learning to choose to make today a pleasure to experience. All is well in my world. Thank you, Louise. Hey, always from love. We just need to dig deep. So, this is my little picture I'm going to share with you today. Let's see if we can get it right with the lights are hard. This is little Tina. This is my kindergarten picture. Uh-oh, there she is. I keep this picture on my desk. I keep her with me. I look into her eyes all the time. I'm reminded of one more thing I wanted to add was a scene. Recently I saw the movie Rocket Man, which is a biopic about Elton John. So well done. Loved it so much. But there's a scene in there where he has struggles with his own father and getting affection from his father, and he's holding on to this resentment, and it's really hurting him. He's destructive because he can't get over it. Anyway, he goes through therapy, and in the end, there's a scene of him hugging his little child self. So powerful. I highly recommend you do this if you are struggling with forgiving, letting go, self-love. All right. And then, the little girl I used to be lives on these days inside of me. She holds my pain and fears and more, hiding behind the closet door, remembering each hurt and slight, afraid to close her eyes at night. I'm working hard to make her see she'll always be a part of me, but now she can let fear go, and deep inside that she will know that she is truly, fully loved from deep within. And okay, I told you. That was an excerpt from my poem, The Little Girl I Used to Be. Not available in my current book, The Queen of Happiness. Available on Amazon or on my website, thequeenofhappiness.com. Short commercial. This is from my new book, All Things in Rhyme, published later this year. So, let's go to the quote board before I fully lose it. I let go of all expectations. I let go of all expectations. People, places, and things are free to be themselves, and I am free to be me. One of the simplest ways to be happy is to let go of the things that make you sad. As I release all criticism, judgmental people leave my life, and I accept everyone as they are, including myself. I am willing to let go. I release. I let go. I release all tension. I release all fear. I release all anger. I release all guilt. I release all sadness. I let go of old limitations. I let go and I'm at peace. I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with the process of my life. I feel safe. Thank you, Louise, again. I can't read because I'm sorry, because my tears in my eyes. Okay, when we forgive and let go, okay, let's just give it up, really. When we forgive and let go, not only does a huge weight drop off our shoulders, but the doorway to self-love opens. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes strength is found in letting go. And this is my favorite one, is we talk about regrets and we think through woulda, shoulda, coulda. I would have liked it to be different. This quote from, I can't read her right, I can't read who it's from, so I'm sorry. But this quote says, let go of the illusion that it could have been any different. The past happened for a reason. We can't change it. But we can learn our lesson and move forward and take what we learned from that to make today the best day possible. And that's my challenge to you today, my friends. Grab your warm brew in the morning. I'm brewing tea this morning. Grab your warm brew in the morning. Take a drink. Let go of everything bothering you and make it a happy day.